In an old tale, Arthur slammed the door. He shattered Eleanor's plate, a choice he'd regret. Eleanor didn't cry, she just bent down and walked away quietly. Neighbors peeked over the fence, completely stunned. For 5 long years in Willow Creek, no matter how harsh he was, she remained silent. She'd only weep alone by the old barn. But today was different. She didn't say a word. She just left the village. Arthur scoffed, hands on his hips. He didn't care at all. She was far from her hometown, with barely a penny to her name. He was sure she'd return before dusk. He swept up the mess and went straight to bed, sleeping without a care. The sun soon set. Arthur woke up hungry. Usually by this time, Eleanor had dinner ready, always saving the best for him. But now, the house was cold. Not even a drop of warm water. He shouted her name. The yard was completely empty. For the first time, panic set in. He searched the village, the river, and the hills. He asked every neighbor around, but Eleanor was nowhere to be found. He ran home, feeling defeated. He found her old phone. An unsent message glowed onto a screen to his sister, Sarah. It simply read, "Sister, I can't take this anymore." Arthur just sneered at it, tossing the phone aside. Sarah lived miles away, rarely visiting them. She wouldn't come for this. He assumed Eleanor was just sulking. He ate some stale bread and slept, still thinking that when she returned, he would teach her a lesson. But midnight brought a turning point. Bright headlights pierced the yard, waking Arthur up. Grumbling, he went to open the door. What he saw froze him in place. Eleanor's brother, James, stood there, backed by 4 strong men. James didn't even look at him. He marched right inside and packed Eleanor's clothes, stuffing everything into bags. They carried them out to the car. Arthur finally snapped out of it. He rushed forward, shouting, "What are you doing? This is our business. Back off. Put her things down." James stopped and glared at him. His voice was chillingly calm. "My sister married you to build a life, not to be your punching bag. She's my wife. I treat her how I want, none of your business." Arthur yelled stubbornly, though his heart was racing. James didn't argue. He loaded the last bag, then pulled out her ID and their marriage certificate. She didn't stay because she was trapped. She stayed because she had a kind heart. With that, they drove away, vanishing into the dark night. Arthur stood shivering in the cold. A memory suddenly hit him. On their wedding day, her parents had told James, "If your sister is ever mistreated, bring her back home, no matter what." He thought it was just a formality. He never took it seriously. By the next morning, Arthur was still in denial, convinced she was just throwing a fit. With a few dollars in his pocket, he hitched a ride on a tractor, heading to Eleanor's family home, planning to say a few sweet words, sure that her soft heart would yield. After a long journey, he arrived at her doorstep. Walking into the yard, he saw Eleanor sitting peacefully, wearing a beautiful new dress, holding a warm cup of tea. Her parents were smiling beside her. James brought her fresh fruit. Eleanor looked genuinely happy, without a trace of sorrow, so unlike her time with him, where she was always shrinking away. She looked like a new person. Arthur quickly walked up, reaching for her arm, acting extremely humble. "Come home with me, please. I was wrong. I'll be better. I won't yell anymore. Please stop this. Let's just go home." Eleanor gently pulled away, taking a step back. Her eyes were terrifyingly calm. Her mother stepped in front of her, speaking with a firm tone. "She's not going back with you." Arthur started to panic, yelling with red eyes. "She is my wife. She belongs with my family. Why can't she come back? I don't agree to this." Just then, James walked out, slamming a paper on the stone table. "Read it yourself." Arthur looked down. His mind went completely blank. It was a divorce agreement. Eleanor had already signed it, her fingerprint pressed firmly, waiting only for his signature. It finally dawned on him. It wasn't a petty argument. She was truly done with him. Panic consumed him completely, begging on his knees, forgetting his pride. "I'll change, I'll do the chores, I'll cook, I'll treat you right. Just give me one more chance." Eleanor finally spoke up. Her voice was soft, but every word pierced his soul. 5 years. How many chances did I give? You cherished none of them. It goes to show some bonds break forever. Arthur refused to give up. He stood up, lashing out. "Without me, you're nothing. How long can you stay here? People will just gossip about you. Nobody will want you." As soon as he finished, the yard gate swung open. A kind man walked in with gifts, greeting everyone warmly. Eleanor's parents welcomed him gladly. James poured him some tea, treating him like family. Arthur was completely confused. He whispered to Eleanor's father, "Who is that man?" "He's Mr. Miller from the school, an honest and good man from a respectable family. He's asked for her hand many times, just waiting for the paperwork." Arthur's face turned bright red. Before he could speak again, James threw a stack of papers down, medical records, pharmacy receipts, and a thick, worn-out journal filled with tiny handwriting. Arthur opened it, trembling. For 5 years, every cruel act she had secretly written down, the exact date and time, what he did and where she hurt, how severe the pain was, all documented clearly. One page read, "Winter Eve." He drank and complained the food was cold. His violent outburst left her in pain for days. She dared not see a doctor, afraid of the cost. Another read, "Fever." She was burning up, yet he left to gamble with his friends. She survived it all alone, barely escaping a severe illness. James spoke with cold fury. "When she first married you, our family gave you a large dowry. You used it to buy a truck and fix your house, and you took it all out on her. You ignored her illness. You ignored her struggles. For 5 years, you never cared. You thought she was trapped, but she only stayed to protect her future." Arthur jolted in shock. "Future? What future?" James glared. She was expecting twice. The first time, your cruelty cost her the child. The second time, she was too afraid. She made the hardest choice alone, fearing the child would suffer with you. Arthur's legs gave out. He nearly collapsed. She had never told him a single word. He remembered a time long ago when she was bedridden for weeks, and he called her lazy. Another time, she was pale for a month, and he called her a burden. Through all those dark days, she suffered in pure silence. Looking at the painful evidence in Eleanor's peaceful eyes, Arthur finally woke up to reality. He thought she had no one else. He thought he was her whole world. But looking back on it all, he was the storm that broke her. Unable to say another word, he shakily signed the papers. Leaving her family's home, he couldn't even look back. Returning to his village, staring at the empty walls, the chilling silence, he realized the warmth he had lost. The house used to be spotless, with warm meals always waiting. He tried to cook for himself, to wash his own clothes, but the food tasted like regret. No one tucked him in at night. No one endured his flaws while still taking care of him. Later, he heard the news. Eleanor married Mr. Miller. He treated her with deep respect, keeping her safe from all harm. Her smile returned brighter than ever, living a life of true peace. Arthur sat alone in his empty house, telling anyone who would listen, "If only I had been kind, I wouldn't be here today." But time turns back for no one. When a heart gathers enough sorrow, it leaves without a sound. You thought they couldn't live without you, but you were the one who needed them.